My name is Marc Garellek. I've been a faculty member of UCSD's Linguistics Department since 2013. I specialize in phonetics, which is the scientific study of speech sounds, in particular how sounds are produced by speakers, perceived by listeners, and how to measure acoustic properties of those sounds as they're traveling through air. My current research focuses on the phonetics of sounds that are produced in the larynx, down here in the throat. These include sounds like English H, what we write with letter H. For example, in the word heat, that initial sound is a laryngeal sound. And other laryngeal sounds include the kinds of pitch modulations that we use to contrast words in so-called tone languages. Laryngeal sounds are interesting to phoneticians and to linguists for a variety of reasons. One such reason is its relationship to what we call the human voice, how we characterize the human voice. For example, if I describe a voice as being breathy or hoarse, I'm often referring to articulations that are happening, in part at least, in the larynx. So if I sound breathy, if I talk like this, then what I'm doing is changing the way that my vocal folds are vibrating, and the vocal folds are a part of the larynx. So because laryngeal sounds are so closely tied to characteristics of the human voice, I frequently collaborate with engineers and speech-language pathologists on aspects of voice recognition and voice analysis. Another aspect of my research involves documenting the sounds of Hmong. Hmong is a language spoken in China, Southeast Asia, and by a large community here in the United States. And together with the local Hmong association, I've been involved in recording the sounds, the stories, poetry, and songs of members of the local Hmong community right here in San Diego. And our primary goal is to increase exposure to the rich cultural heritage of the Hmong community in San Diego through their language. I really love teaching linguistics classes, and one of my favorite moments while teaching is how much I can learn from students in the classroom. We sometimes have this conception of the university classroom as involving the expert professor imparting all this knowledge to novice students. But the reality is much more nuanced than that, and it's not uncommon for me to be asked a question by a student that causes me to rethink my own understanding of linguistic material, as well as the assumptions that are so old that I've taken them for granted. And those moments often occur when a student asks a question that involves their own linguistic background, so languages that they've studied or languages that they speak at home. Those teaching moments are really wonderful, humbling, but inspiring.